Welcome back, everyone, here to the MLG Pro League. We're going to go on with our second series of the day now, LGB versus Titan. Thanks for sticking with us through that quick restart of the stream, but we're ready to go. And we didn't quite go through the veto phase, but it was a bit interesting. We can go back over it more, but just so you know, Overpass was the pick of Titan. LGB picked Dust 2, so another surprising veto phase. But let's get through this pistol round first. All armor and one kit for LGB, starting on that CT side. Paulie getting very aggressive down here at the end of long. He'll find one. Rubino was with them. Actually, they pushed down with 3, just like that. Finding these early kills, but now his existence is going to make them pay for it. They are utterly blind and helpless for the moment, but Sentry's now behind that first boulder is going to find one more. And just like that, it's a 2-on-2. Existence with the 3K, but also 2 HP.
Very low indeed. They do have a Molotov and a smoke. 2 smokes to be precise for Titan, but I do wonder how much those are really going to come into play here when you consider that already 3 players have fallen on each side. 55 seconds, plenty time to play with. They're trying to keep the CTs guessing. PRB's going to spot himself. Maniac, who is just USP tapping across, doesn't really connect anything for his troubles, goes back in for seconds, and again, a very similar result. With 40 seconds now, Existence is taking point with that low HP. It's going to be Maniac that gets the frag just about, but he's down to 7. So CEVO is in a great position to strike here. And he could potentially walk into Maniac, but Maniac decides to change his mind, and he's going down to B. This is such a good call from Titan. They'll have more than enough time to get down there, plant the bomb, and now CEVO is in no man's land. And here's where the smokes could start to come into play. They're going to be smoking across, trying to cover the shots from potentially lower. Nice little smoke there, but Existence could get found out from CEVO. He has spotted the player out. Both of them here. Smokes on short. CEVO with the opening pick, and now is 1 bullet away from winning this round. Existence is still there. 1 bullet will seal the deal. He's missing everything right now. Still missing shots. Just needs to land 1. Existence is playing this so well, and now CEVO has to go for another reload. He gets the kill, and then CEVO. My eyes surely are deceiving me, Helium. What did I just witness?
I don't know who was. Oh, Existence was in a position where he was like, could have had the potential to just, do a quick crouch peek shoot and crouch down, and it looked like he was just trying to pre-fire into Existence standing up, but Existence was just not standing up. And he just wasted so many shots, had no bullets. I feel like, honestly, maybe he didn't quite know how low Existence was, but surely he must have, right? Existence was the guy that stood up and battled it long at the very start of the round. I mean, he could have just charged out of there. I mean, the Glock is not as good as that USP. And I don't know. A bit surprising, but still a pretty tense situation in that 1v1. So sometimes you just aren't thinking straight. And I mean, it was Existence in a really good position. I just feel like maybe you just run out and jump over top of him and bring him down. Oh well.
That's
next round.
My feelings as well, that yes, Existence played that one pretty much to perfection, but CEVO surely should be taking that round. CEVO either way is going to try and make amends alongside Rubino, down to a 3-on-3. It is a forced up LGB with pistols in hand. Existence spots the barrel of the gun sneaking through the wall on Dumpster, but still that bomb has been dropped and not planted. There's the next frag from Existence. 2 players so low. Maniac's been tagged down. Here comes the Deagle work. 1, 2,
wow.
Looking for a third and gets it as well from Sentries and takes it 1-1. My goodness, already this game is living up to the hype.
Yeah, and you can clearly see why a player like Sentries is coming back into the fold and why LGB would want him here. Of course, CEVO coming back as well. And I mean, I heard Yakum, is he just maybe not here today, was just out one map the last time I covered LGB. And then I thought, I don't know. I mean, I was casting. I honestly didn't get a chance to watch DreamHack, but I know with some of the new roster pickups, LGB were looking to have a really good performance there, and unfortunately they didn't. They lost to Fnatic and Flipside, but I don't actually know who their roster was for DreamHack. I'm going to try to look into that now. But
PRB wasn't in, and I think Yakum.
Yeah, Yakum played. So it was Sentry, CEVO, Paulie, Rubino, and Yakum.
That's right.
So it was no PRB. He's kind of the online stand-in right now. That's what we've got going down. So not quite at full strength LGB, but this is, a map that they do like. And with Sentries, if he keeps bringing crazy deagle work like that, transitions that into the rifles. We'll see what happens. RPK will find CEVO though in the stairs.
Speaking of PRB, he has been tagged down to 16. His heavy casualties being inflicted across the board. 5 players have fell this round. Existence now coming back in. Throwing caution to the wind somewhat, and in doing so, leaves the bomb carrier of RPK. RPK very, very exposed, and Sentries picks up the last 2 kills. So LGB do hold on to that round. And Titan now will be on eco. So I think this gives us maybe a chance at talking about the veto stage, Helium, which unfortunately we weren't able to catch. So
yeah, good
Titan
point.
picked Overpass. LGB took Dust 2. Now the interesting thing here is that before this game, Titan have banned Overpass 7 times in CEVO MLG Pro League. And it's definitely the best map from LGB's perspective. They have an 80% win rate here, 4 wins and 1 loss. That in itself was confusing. And then the Dust 2 pickup from LGB, which they've banned 4 times, only played once. Very interesting stuff.
All right, Pauly operating the blender here. Guns down 3 with that M4, finds a 4th with the USP, and PRB still sticking with that P90, as he often does. Also, I mean, I guess he's the substitute of Yakum right now. I have fond memories of Yakum also sticking on that P90 for a while as well. So they've got that going for them in similarities. But already, it's Titan that won the pistol, but they got ecoed 3 in a row now for LGB. And the first real test of a rifle round here. And as I mentioned, PRB fond of the Pro 90. He's sticking with it.
It is a devastatingly strong weapon at close quarters, and he's taking it to Toxic Molotov down there just to keep the terrorists.
He has RPKs, that's funny.
RPK's P90.
Yeah.
We'll be trying to use it against the Frenchman, but you know, the Titan are just happy enough to wait back and hope that CT pushes in for information. LGB, they're notorious for having quite weak CT sides. They even talked about this at DreamHack at some points. I believe it was Polly was having the interview and said, look, we're working on our CT side. So Titan obviously trying to exploit that potential weakness as they push in. The bomb's been dropped, so there's going to be no fast confrontation just yet. Maybe a couple of cheeky peeks here and there. But LGB, to their credit, they're holding on. They're not giving away needless lives. They're smoking down the tunnels. Maybe a bit too soon from CEVO. There's going to be more than enough time for them to lock back through there. Still, you know, taking those seconds down quickly. RPK is going to be the first casualty, surely. He gets dropped from CEVO. Nice start from LGB.
Yeah. First point of damage and the first casualty. Nothing had happened on the round, but now it's starting to explode. Maniac will find PRB over here. Apex going to get up on top of the bomb site box and drop off to find Pauly. That'll give Titan the man advantage, but Rubinho quickly coming up those steps and almost finding Kenny S as he pushes through the smoke. Sentries will clean him up, keeping it a 2-on-2. Very healthy CTs coming in on this retake. CEVO will spawn Existence up there in the bathrooms and actually just wrap around, and now he's in a great spot. Sentries can get on that bomb, and CEVO will find the kill, and there it is. Sentries almost went down. It looks like he was, I think the target Existence was shooting at, but either way, LGB will find the first rifle round, and that'll make it 4-1.
Yeah, just going back to that ban phase again, coming into this game, I would probably said that Titan were the favourites to win this one fairly comfortably, but now that the maps are Overpass and Dust 2, I'd be edging towards a draw, maybe even LGB. I know it sounds like a very bold claim, but Mirage is their home map. They are very comfortable on this map, and Titan not so much. So this could potentially be the second upset of today, Helium. We just saw Gamers 2 lose 2-0 to Public Luck. And maybe more to follow here. Well, not if Maniac has something to say about it, though. With that P250, the rush in with the pistols is doing significant damage and work. Maniac has the AWP in his hands now, and he gets the no-scope onto Rubino from point-blank range, execution style. Jumps down towards the tunnels. He's looking in hallway now, and CEVO gets picked off. So Titan, when they're looking against the ropes, they come back swinging, get themselves 3 weapons as well.
Yep, that round 3 kills to Maniac. Kenias getting 2 right there. And of course that op will be thrown over to Kenya, so let's see what he can do on that aggressive T side opping. LGB though with 4 in a row will be able to have another rifle round. Round 7 will be important. It'll be LGB if they win it, you know, right back on the up and up, getting rounds on CT side. But if Titan find this, it'll put LGB down in the dumps. They'll have to save, and Titan should be able to tie it up from here. So let's see what happens.
Titan just trying to feel out the CTs once again. Seems to be their standard strat. They're not going to be playing aggressive anytime soon. And Rubino is going to be taking the...
Finds the bomb, too.
Yeah, that is massive. Rubino just like, okay, you guys want to play passive? No problem. I'll push in. I'll channel my inner Dominate, who was playing super aggressive through a long time and time again on CT side. And gets himself a frag. So here we go. Sentries with a beautiful one-tap to Apex's forehead. And again, Titan. I mean, they're on T side, and they just basically got aggressive pushed from CTs and lost 2 players. That is not a good sign for the Frenchman right now.
No. And it actually wasn't Rubino that went long by himself. He was the lone ranger that peaked, so in case he went down, maybe the terrorists think, hey, let's push long, but there were actually 2 more right behind him. So they pushed with 3 out towards long, very similar to what they did on the pistol round, and it has worked out. They got Existence, and Apex, of course, going down, coming up short A as well. And now 3 players on that T side, and their money is actually still pretty solid, so they'll have a rifle round and might still want to try for it. Rubino catching the elbow there of Maniac, and now just the back as Maniac just disappears off into the sunset, trying to run, join up with his teammates and save. LGB, I think, with that information, are about to head out on the hunt. Whoa! Peekaboo.
Game of cat and mouse, but Titan, the end result is
no.
going to be... Oh, they lose players after the final couple seconds, so that's pretty significant. You know, you can now see the Maniac is... Yeah, that's going to definitely make some denting blows in the economy, because they got 2 players who are low. Existence on 1.4k, Apex only on $50. Are they going to be able to drop some weapons across? I'm pretty sure they will be able to do so. There we go. Still, that could prove to be pretty significant if Titan were to lose this round, because they could potentially be in eco territory.
Yeah, indeed. And LGB with another win there. Starting to get their money back into shape. PRB pushing aggressive down the stairs, and I like the way that they have been playing this on LGB. They are not just sitting idly by. They're pushing out into construction over here at B, getting information, and other rounds they're pushing out towards long and finding that quick information. But this time it looks like Titan and Existence coming out of the squeak room is maybe just a little bit too much to handle. Existence grabs 2, Apex finds 1 onto Zevez, and just like that is a 5-on-2. So while I like the aggression and trying to cut off the map here, it will backfire. And again, that smoke coming out to cut off graffiti from the rest of the B site. But they're not actually pushing into B at all. It's maybe just to hold sentries there. Intrigued by the smoke. Either way, they got plenty of time to kill. The CTs might split up. Polly's actually coming down the stairs on a backstab. It'll be up to sentries to lock it down. He'll find 1. Op shot from Kenny S will miss, but he will not miss twice. Now it's up to Polly. 1v4. Finds Kenny S.
Can he do? Wow, he takes the up away as well, you know. That's pretty significant here, Helium. He's thrown over the Molotov. He could potentially pick up that up and just run away with it. But he's being pushed from behind. RPK should have this frag in the next couple seconds. And there we go. There's still 2 kills from that position. It's not terrible. And Titan do pick up their 3rd round here on the board.
Indeed. Halfway, really, to the quota, right? And they've done it the harder way. They've only got 1 pistol round to speak of. They got ecoed, so 1 pistol and 2 rifles will equal Titan's 3 rounds. They need about 3 more to have a good shot. I mean, we had... Actually, I don't even remember. Was it 9-6 or 10-5 on the half for our last match?
9-6, I believe.
Yeah, so it was 9-6. That's about what this map averages, as Existence kind of hot flashes his teammates back right there. But anyways, still fighting for it. LGB with money, have FAMAS, 3 FAMAS actually, and 2 A1Ss. No head armor, no kits. So they'll need to hold on to these sites. Don't want to let the bomb go down.
The issue is that Titan have been playing this slow, steady approach very, very well so far. And LGB, the thing is that when you play this slow and you have so many grenades to use, it really does put extra strain and stress on the CT side. It really does start to, you know, poke and prod and find those chinks in the armor that you can then exploit. So LGB, they have to hold on fast. As you mentioned, without any defuse kits, if they were to lose the site and the bomb goes down, the chances are very unlikely they can retake that. So now see the Titan are trying to play mind games, but it's all LGB's way. They've got 2 kills. Kenny S misses the shot, is looking on the second time. The flashbang lands in his face, so he has to turn tail and run back to connector. But now Titan are aggressing onto B, and this split attack is paying out in spades. Because look at that, 4 players from the CTs rotated to A. They completely bought that A fake. And in doing so, the bomb's gone down. It's unlikely they'll end up losing this round with the retake unless Kenny S can land a couple of sick shots. He spotted the first player, but he misses it. Looking for the second, gets Polly, gets the second kill as well onto Rubino. He's going to get forced down surely. No, he tags up PRB and finishes him off surely with the Tech 9 and gets the... No, he doesn't get the clutch.
No kit, though. Does he have time? I think he does, but still, man, Kenny S, never count that man out. His back is up against the wall. He's like a cobra, just coiled and ready to strike. And there's just nothing you can do, man. It would have probably been a clear-cut victory, but a little bit of RNG going in the way, or maybe the bullet traveling through the corner of the wall there, but not able to kill, you know, one shot, one kill with the op to whoever that player, you know, pushing him up and covering the plant was. Still ended up finding up with the Tech 9, but still. And CS just shut down, no air or anything. Yep, happens to the best of us. So he's back. At least we didn't really have to pause. Nothing crazy going on here. So again, round 10. Rifles coming out for both teams. But a Tech 9 actually still on RPK. And a beautiful flash by Zevez. Didn't quite peek wide enough. And probably smart that he did in existence. Was further back and not quite blind. And here we go. Zevez will find 1 for 1. RPK now with the AK in his hands. Sentries around the pillar here. Finds 1. So still a 1 for 1. And this is going to work out great for the Terrace. But Rubino pushing from behind. Must have pushed through construction the other drain. And he finds 2. And that leaves Maniac in a 1v3 with the bomb down on the other side of that column. That's rough stuff.
Pretty much one of the worst places the bomb could be dropped, because you can cover it from upper, which is what's happening right now. You can cover it from lower. Maniac does get the kill, and he gets it cleanly. So maybe he's going to emulate Kenny S. This is looking so good for Titan at this point. It's 100 HP, plays 51, and Maniac with 40 seconds has picked that bomb up, and he looks to be rotating through potentially connector. He has enough time here as well. So PRB is stuck on the back foot. He's not sure whether he should be going or whether he should be staying. And Maniac is selling this rotation. He's now coming back round through short, 25 seconds. PRB's position is pretty solid. He has not moved an inch. Is Maniac going to walk into this trap? It looks likely, and PRB gets the kill, proving that patience is indeed a virtue, and gives LGB their 7th round, but that was looking so sketchy for them.
Yeah, Maniac with some amazing shooting there, almost brought it back. And I don't know, I mean, I guess he was just trying to look for the kill, maybe work his way back up to that A site. The B plant, though, like, he could have gotten it and maybe just planted. Maybe he was scared that the player was actually in the construction area, so if he planted, there's no cover. As we know, I mean, being out there towards the CT side of things, probably there's not really a way that you can get pushed in the time it takes to plant the bomb, but I mean, he had to do what he had to do. PRB will hold steady, and it's 7-3. Titan on the eco here, and they're moving out towards long A with that bomb, and 3 people in middle.
So I wonder what Titan have up their sleeves, because these last few rounds, they've been really close. They've gone down to 1v1 clutches, but they have still gone the way of LGB. So Titan, they need to start going back to the drawing board. Maybe this really ultra slow I'm going to say aggression, but I guess it is
ultra slow aggression.
Oh yes, the ultra slow rounds into the aggression at the end. I'm not sure if they're paying off for them. I'd like to maybe see a couple rushes. This is an eco. This Maniac lands a couple shots from the P250. Rubino's going to try and turn around and spray some players down, but in actual fact, Titan are getting the upper hand in this exchange. Finally, Rubino steps up and hits that frag. Titan have done pretty significant damage to LGB, especially considering that their economy is not fantastic anyway, because they have lost so many weapons in these last few rounds.
It's gonna hurt. Let's see, Zevez. There was sentries from this position earlier on with the Deagle that really kind of catapulted LGB into the situation, and now it'll be Zevez's turn with the FAMAS. Rubino here in bank. The bomb has still not been scooped up, and there's really no time on the clock. They have to plant it here. Rubino going in sneaky, beaky-like. Catches Maniac, the player with low HP existence, holding on this post plant 1-on-2 outside of the site. Kind of has to try to get this first kill, but it's going to be tough. They'll double peek him. Rubino with the 2K. Zevez to close it out, and there's the defuse. It'll be 8-3.
All things considered, though, it was not a bad round for Titan. on a full eco. They took 3 weapons away. Yes, LGB will be able to buy back up again, but Titan will have the stronger weaponry to play with. AKs across the board. I believe that's an AWP on Kenny S as well. And then you compare that to 4M4s and the FAMAS. So Titan, although they have lost the last 3 rounds, have done so with 2 bomb defuses and 1 one-on-one. So they're poised to start to pick up some rounds. The thing is, though, Helium, they've got to start getting in the rounds. The important currency no longer is how much money do we have. It's how many rounds do we have to play with going through to CT side. Because if you finish this half at 12-3, it simply doesn't matter if you're picking up AWPs and AKs. You're still going to probably end up losing Overpass, which was their choice of map.
Yeah. I mean, 12-3 is always such a rough scoreline. You drop that pistol, and, I mean, you're in a very bad spot. But, hey, it might be 4 rounds here for Titan on this one. Existence had that opening pick, took no damage for it, so Polly is down for the count. And actually, let's see, how rough is that money still? It's very rough. The rounds have been close. Even when Titan has been ecoing, they've been inflicting tons of damage. So 1 round will put LGB right onto the save. Every round is like a 2-for-1 scenario. Titan just need to win another one here. And, well, maybe this could be it. They're going, oh, who's going to catch them off guard, though? Rubino, those Molotovs go down from the CTs. And maybe the spot goes unchecked. Apex, though, jumping into the site, does get one. Rubino now striking there from the corner, but Apex already in the site, turns and brings him down. 4-on-2, PRB and Zevez. Trying to move into the site, go for this retake through the smoke, a little bit of damage. PRB actually finds 2 right there with the FAMAS, but will be chased down by Existence, and there it is, 8-4. Titan finally picking up another round, and should be enough there to put... Yeah, there they go. LGB definitely on an eco round. Let's see if they've got anything crafty planned.
I'd quite like to see them just eco this, like full save, but try something new. Try and catch Titan off guard. They know the Titan are playing slow. Play accordingly. Maybe stack a site. Maybe try rush out altogether with a cheeky flash. They've not gone for a flashbang. It's full P250s, which are a very, very strong weapon. In fact, Zevez has a P2000, so pardon me. I think the rest of the team has P250s. But they're not really going for anything too sketchy. They've got a couple players stacked in toilets, so it's like an aggressive defense here that they're going for. Rubino's peeking short, but they're not getting any information, and LGB, they may have missed their opportunity here to try and catch Titan off guard, or maybe I've spoken too soon. Apex catches a P250 round in the face. He's down to 8 HP. RPK is going to line them up, knock them down as they rush through the tunnels. Just gets the 1 frag, but he's going to get the second opportunity. He gets dropped though, so that's an AK across to the side of LGB, with Apex at 8 HP as well. You know, this hasn't been a terrible start, and LGB should have had the second kill. Yeah, it's the aim punch with no Kevlar. So sad.
Oh, Henny S. Just expecting Polly to push down those stairs, and he was right. And he greets him at the door. How nice. PRB up in a 1-on-4. They would have loved to have found a kill onto Apex there, but they can't quite do it. Titan with another round. That was that 2-for-1 scenario. And even with that, LGB are not in an amazing spot. They will, again, force right back up. So Titan, I mean, they win this round, they should be able to have that 8-7 half, and everything will be looking up for them. 7 rounds on T side is more than enough. 5 is all right. 6 is probably what you want. We'll see what they can do.
It really is an interesting clash stylistically between these 2 teams, because LGB are a hyper-aggressive side on CT and Ts. Ts is really where they start to shine on maps like Overpass. So even if they do end up going 9-6, 8-7, they've still got a great chance of picking up this map. And then Titan are a much slower, more methodical kind of squad. So it will definitely be a stylistic clash. It's an exchange of frags. Existence certainly coming out on the upper hand with 2 of his own. Apex gets drops. There's Maniac from Connector onto Zevez. LGB again, I mean, they are staring this 8-6 deficit down the barrel of a gun. There's very unlikely that they can clutch this one back for themselves.
Yeah, if they know that one player is posted up in B, spotted sentries, can only kind of assume the other one's at A or somewhere in between those halls, stuck in rotation. Lost in transition. It's my CS movie, frag movie title. Yeah, that was a joke. I don't think it was funny, but I tried. I went for it. 4-on-2.
I liked
Titan
it.
should be getting this one.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. For anyone that doesn't get it, Lost in Translation is an amazing movie.
It certainly is.
Kenny has working his way, re-smoking up that site. Bomb is still not gone down. They're very cautious here. Pauly pushing through that smoke. Will find Maniac. Kenny though from behind does get the trade, and he'll even drop. And the game sense was completely there. He just missed that first shot. Won't miss again. Kenny closes out the round, 8-6, and now you're in a position with $2,400 more or less on everybody, and LGB's just gotta force up. Although we've seen sentries with the Deagle. It's pretty scary.
Yeah, he got the 3-man, if memory serves me correct, on Dumpster, right? To get the round back for LGB previously. So the guy can definitely put bullets to faces, there's no doubting that. But this is going to be 2 scouts on the side of LGB with 3 upgraded pistols. They've gone for a quick push into balloons. Pauly was caught there. I think Existence just saw him jump up. And now they're spraying through, realizing there must have been another boost up in close proximity. It's 3 frags unanswered. Not a single bit of HP has been taken away from Titan. And this looks as like it will be 8-7 at half-time, barring a miraculous play from Sentries or Rubino. I'm not going to bet against them, but I mean, the likelihood is extremely small they're going to pick this one up.
Yeah, I would still... Titan can have the round, whatever. I want to see Sentries kill 4 people with its Eagle at least. Let's go, Sentries. Rubino will have fallen. It's all up to Sentries now. Oh, and he's already spotted out. Deagle not really the best when people are just running at you close range. You only got 7 bullets. It's better to try to utilize it at long range, as it's still that one-hit headshot. As it is the pistol, the only one that truly should be a one-hit headshot, but that's a debate for another day, as it's 8-7, the half. LGB will win it, but not by much. Titan are probably very happy with that. And if they get these pistols, they're in a great position for CT in the second half.
Again, though, this is a map that LGB have a very, very potent T-side on. So coming into this one, I think they'll be quietly confident. This pistol round, of course, is just massive for both teams. It would give Titan the chance to take the lead, give them a chance to build some foundations on their CT side. And if LGB win this, they could be looking at 11-7 sort of territory. A very aggressive T side. I'm expecting to see some rushes, some set plays onto B site in particular, but the first round in the pistol is going to be aiming more towards the A site for now. Flashbangs through mid, making sure no Titan players push them. And again, stylistically speaking, on pistol side, LGB push right down long. They push through mid. Titan are just holding fast. They are playing firm defense, waiting for LGB to push. And so far, so good. PRB's down to 4 hit points. Existence now pushing around the back and getting a frag onto the sentries, which is huge. But here comes a retaliation from LGB. 2 quick fire frags for themselves, and they look to push onto the A site. And this should be a plant as well.
Yeah, and they got smokes too. Bank smoked, edge of that truck, and dumpster smoked. So let's see. Bomb will go down. You got to go in for the retakes. Apex though coming in with that 5-7. Pauly still holding on. Oh, and another beautiful shot there onto Apex. Existence now at the truck with just a P250. Got to work somewhat quickly here. Does not have a kit. I don't know if anyone went for one here. He'll eliminate Pauly. Bomb planted, and this really is such a good place to... Oh my gosh, Rubino, what a quick peek. And he really is, in my eyes, the clutch master here for LGB's lineup. And in the 1v1s, man, he does not sweat it. He'll bring that one home. It's 9-7.
Yeah, fantastic headshots across the board there as well for LGB. Pauly's double was just disgusting to watch. Just the way he flicked. One tap, thank you very much. 2 MAC-10s and 3 AK-47s. 4 spy from Titan. Again, this is fairly standard. 2 CZs for them. Kenny S and Existence. RPK with a 5-7 alongside Maniac and Apex. So plenty of weaponry at the disposal of Titan. Existence pushed up super aggressive alongside RPK up long, but it's going to be a B play from LGB. They're rushing in with MAC-10s. Kenny S gets picked off of those. Zevez made a bit of a dog's dinner out of that one. And did lose a lot of HP for his troubles, but the bomb has been planted. And now Titan have to think about this retake. I mean, they may very well just save up a few of these pistols and Kevlar. It's still quite a bit of money to throw away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the retake seems unlikely, at least. I mean, you force up as the CT, so you've got somewhat of a chance. But with the bomb goes down, you're going to go on a retake 4v5. It seems kind of silly. You might as well just hold on, not have to buy anything next round, and then still have a bit of a chance to maybe take round 18 before you, of course, get into those rifles on round 19 here. So that's exactly what they do. They save up. I support that decision. And LGB will preserve their 3 AKs and 2 MAC-10s going into round 18.
Yep, so the Norwegians refusing to go down without a fight here. This, of course, if you have just joined us, is Titan's choice of map of Overpass, and second map will be Dust 2. Makes it very interesting, entertaining viewing, because we haven't seen a lot of Dust 2 lately, Helium. It has kind of been the bullied map, constantly banned out all the time.
Yeah, at least in Europe for sure, in this MLG CEVO Pro League. They hate it.
I think the only time I've casted it was Mouse Sports matchup. Yeah, Mouse Sports were playing. I can't remember who they're playing. That's the only time I've seen Dust 2 thus far on CEVO. So I'm very interested to see how LGB and Titan are going to approach that map. Regardless, though, let's jump back into the action. It is the 18th round. Apex completely obliterates CEVO with the 5-7. It's one of the reasons they wanted to save these weapons up at the end of the last round. That puts LGB on the back foot. Suddenly they're not going to be able to play aggressively just for now. They're going to have to come together and think of, why do we want to push, guys? They've got smokes, 3 of them in total across the board. Looks as though it's going to be A, but they have to be very wary because Existence in Connector is getting a lot of information here for the rest of the Frenchmen. That's why they've still got 3 players stacked on A. They can afford to do this.
Yeah, and I mean, this is where it gets dangerous, right? You're now, losing your kind of foothold on the map as the terrorist. You're a man down, and you still got these very scary 5-7s and P250s that could just be lurking in any corner or flanking you here in the case of Existence with that CZ. Oh, but he'll get caught out. He tries to pull the grenade, and sentries will find him down. Oh, Polly going to delete RPK just like that. Kenny S with a nice shot on the PRB, and another one on there to Polly. Can he continue this? No, the grenade coming in. Kenny S is down. Can't out-aim a grenade. One-on-one, though. Apex moving in with that 5-7. 4 bullets, and he gets him as he's going back. Rubino to fall. And Titan. And that's why you save those pistols into the next round, because something like this can't happen. Apex and Kenny S stepping up huge here. The bomb to be defused. And LGB's economy a little upset.
Oh, that's just absolutely phenomenal play. A full house of frags from Apex and Kenny S. And as you call, that's the reason you save the 5-7s, ladies and gents, because it is so potent. It's such a strong pistol. And now that turns the tables surely back into Titan's favor. They've got an AWP on Kenny S. It is going to be a full buy from LGB. They can get a bunch of grenades, but they desperately wanted that 4-round lead. That would have took it 11-7. And you've got to question how that's going to weigh in their mentality here. That was like, we should have this round, boys. Oh, we just lost. Apex just walks in and smashes us with a 5-7. Kenny S through long with York, jumps on top of the flower bed. Is he going to get peeked though? I don't think he is. It's going to be another B play from LGB, and I said before, they really love to push on B, but they're losing players. No. Polly gets a team kill onto PRB with the grenade, and then the molly frag as well from Maniac. It's just gone horribly wrong for the Norwegians, who, after that opening pick, were looking good, and now they just have to back away. What just happened?
That was a bit awkward. I don't know what happened with that grenade. I mean, CEVO had a beautiful opener, and it looked like they were going to storm into the site, and suddenly everything fell apart. So 4-on-2 right now. Titan look to be getting it within 1, and this will actually put LGB on that full save. So this should be the 2-for-1 scenario where Titan can tie it up. They're going to try to get some information with the nice boost over the wall, find an early pick, and maybe that way they can get themselves into the site. But it's Maniac from behind coming through that secondary drain. It gets them both 10-9.
Even more confidence across the Titan as well, and the fact that LGB are kind of derping their grenades. I didn't quite catch from Polly's perspective, so I'm not sure if he was flashed or just like literally threw the grenade and it bounced off a wall. I have no idea what happened there, but the result is all that counts, and that is that Titan win the round comfortably and put LGB back onto another economy round. So this very well could be the 10-10 scoreline, and you really can just signal that the 18th round where Apex picks himself up that clutch could be the moment when Titan claw their way back into this map and potentially start to walk home with it. It's still early days though. LGB still in the lead here on their eco and have P250s and Tech 9 to play with, so they can definitely pick up some frags. Here we go, Rubino pushing through. He's going to have the AWP as well, and we know he can use this weapon. He's running straight for the site, realizing that the aggressive play from Titan could backfire for them. RPK flashing up. And gets the frag as well. And this, it's heroics from LGB, but that's all it ends up being. I thought when Rubino gets through to the truck. I'm thinking, awesome, they're going to get some more frags and they're going to make a go of this round. Nope. Titan just stomps them out once again.
Yeah, I mean, there's maybe a glimmer of hope as Rubino picked up that op, but unfortunately he couldn't do too much with it. And some beautiful shots on by RPK coming back up into that site. But 10-10, I mean, the way that the rounds panned out, we would have expected Titan to have tied it up there. But into another rifle as both these teams fight down that home stretch. Will we see another overtime here today in the Pro League? We had, well, an overtime on both maps, but 2 overtimes on Cash, 1 overtime on Overpass in the previous series. Public Live versus Gamers 2. Oh my god, another TK here. LGB are
Jeez.
killing themselves, literally shooting themselves in the foot. 4 on 2. It's actually always bothered me that you can't see your feet in Counter-Strike.
I know, right?
It's just really annoying. Just takes me out of the immersive environment. Oh, RPK, nice shot peering up those stairs. Just cutting off that key position for the terrorist to rotate about quickly on Overpass, and will he find another kill here?
Polly was spotted, and well, there we go. Kenny S in the right place at the right time. Titan take the lead. Is that for the first time this game?
Yeah, well, besides the pistol round, yeah.
Yeah. Since round number 1, it's the first time that Titan have had their noses ahead of LGB, and LGB are back to square one again with the Tech 9s and P250s. And Titan, well, we talked about the stylistic clash before. It seems that the turtle shell of Titan has just held off here from LGB. You've just been trying to take a sledgehammer to them. There's not much they can do about this. They are going to be going for another aggressive play, trying to catch Titan off guard with the fast push. Existence was fairly aggressive, but he quickly pulls himself back, hearing the gunfire coming in. Well, they've sussed it out. Kenny S with his second frag, looking for a third, lands it, fourth, not quite, goes for the no-scope, goes for the style points, doesn't deliver. But there's the rest of his team to back him up. No huge surprises that Titan pick up their 12th round there. Now LGB will be back up. They have an open play on Polly, and that for me could be the determining factor here. They need Polly to get some frags with that weapon. He's top fragging for his team. They need him to get some entries.
I mean, Polly's a solid opper. He's a fun one to watch, too, because as an opper, you're not generally supposed to get headshots, but I feel like more often than not, Polly hits you in the face anyways, which is just, I don't know, it makes me laugh. But let's see. Whoa, Maniac has gone in for the Scar 20 as well. That can make things difficult. That gun can break morale, and he'll boost up here. So 3 at B. Kenny S hitting his op shot, continuing to land these op shots. And it's, I mean, when you go up against Titan, man, you always got to find a way to get past the strong op of Kenny S. Sometimes it can cut you down before you even have a chance to do anything. And Pauly, I mean, that was the op battle. He loses it.
That was the key battle as well. You know, they needed to get the entry frags. They need to silence Kenny S. And Kenny S just plays so aggressive in his positions. You know, on top of Flower Bed, if you miss your AWP shot, you're pretty much dead against a good AWPer. So it just goes to show his confidence. He's like, guys, I'm not going to miss. I'm putting myself in a position where I'm like all in on this. And again, he delivers, picks up the kill onto Polly. It's been switched across to PRB now, who goes ahead with the AWP. And interestingly, that Scar is a weapon that we could definitely see on Dust 2 as well. You see it a lot on the CT side of Dust 2 in particular, so I wouldn't be too surprised if we see Maniac picking that one up going forward. But let's carry on with this action. Kenny S from behind, and, well, in the matter of seconds, Titan wrap up the round with ease and take it to 13-10.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty much just rolling with it right now. They gave up those 2 rounds. Remember, they had bought up to the pistol armor in the second round. Bomb got planted, 4v5, they saved. And they used those pistols and armor to then upset LGB in the third round. And since that third round, now they've won 6 in a row. They've taken the lead by 3 rounds, of course, and they're very near closing it out. This one should be a victory unless, I mean, the Deagles are there. It's a long-range map. PRB or Sentries could make a stand here for their team, but I think it's going to be a little bit harder to work those guns on the offense than it would be, say, how Sentries was defending with the Deagle and A-Site. But let's see.
Going to be a tough ask for sure. And again, you know, LGB are on the eco, opting to just go for ruthless, straight up force plays. The Deagle misses, but there's PRB as Kenny S goes for the repeak, and that's where sometimes he falls down. He's so confident in his own ability that he repeaks situations that maybe he shouldn't do. And he got punished. However, this is still going to be a very difficult round for LGB to pick up because they have no grenades themselves, no utility to play with. But of course, if you're connecting headshots with the Tech 9, it simply does not matter. Go back in for seconds. I'd almost like to see them rotate back towards B here.
Yeah.
They must know that the rotations came in.
Maniac is still watching B from the window with that Scar 20, and
Oh my.
that keeps him at range. I thought maybe if he was at A, he might actually fall to the aggressing pistols. I mean, it's very hard to shut down all these people running at you with Tech 9s, as Existence could tell you the story of that. Now Maniac rotating up. Who needs a scope? What a no-scope headshot onto Rubino just running out. So a 1-on-2. PRB does have that op and 2 kills, so a bit of momentum behind him this round. Again, another no-scope. What in the world, Maniac? He's got a crosshair taped on the middle of his monitor. Can guarantee it. But it's PRB with the Deagle that shuts it down. His third kill and put an LGB back on the board. First time they've had a round win in a while.
If Maniac clutches that, I may just uninstall CS. Like, if he clutches that with 3 no-scopes, no thanks, I'm done. Gaben, please.
I mean, it
filthy.
is insanely accurate with the no-scope. I've actually seen, I think it might have even been Maniac. You can literally run around, although slower, but like it's like a Tech 9. Just no-scope, auto-sniper. It's the Tech 20. It's a new
that
gun.
headshot you got, though, up from
Yeah,
back.
that was pretty nuts.
Oh man, there'd have been some harsh words, I'm sure, between the two of them. There is a boost in effect now from Existence and Apex. Apex keeps jumping up. I think he's been spotted from CEVO-P. Yes, he has. And he has just caught a couple bullets. There is smoke down there, but you can see the firefight proceeds on through. Molotov forces them back. Interesting Molotov. They surely couldn't have expected to get a kill with that, but just trying to force back the CT so they could move into proximity on A. But the CT is very quickly moving onto another boost spot. And Art, the Norwegian's going to guess this. Absolutely not. Rubino walks into the crosshairs of Apex. Now Polly has snaked his way onto B. Gets the first kill to RPK through smoke. Are they going to guess that there's a play on Toxic? No. Now Polly loses his life as a result, but what a shot that was. Still LGB, they're a player behind with 40 seconds to go.
Yeah, Titan would like to just close this out cleanly instead of getting into maybe a rough situation if they lose another one here. Going to be put into a save, or at least an awkward forced round. Existence though peeking out, shutting down this bathroom aggression. Kenny S takes off the head of CEVO-P elsewhere with that op. 3-on-1 now. Kenny S just finishing it off with that CZ. That'll be 14-11, and it looks like Rubino, whether it be some issues or maybe just using it as a timeout. No, they will unpause almost immediately. So, well, no break going down the home stretch of this map. LGB, let's see, their money in a tight spot. Will they? Okay, they're going to force. They're going to play for the win and not save, and then play for the tie. So the slightly more risky scenario, but it could work out.
Yeah, that's the issue, that they've lost, what, 6 rounds in a row. They break the round loss bonus, then end up losing, so their economy's just in no man's land. And one thing I will say, in fact, hold that thought because we're going to get action. Rubino, of course, with the running Tech 9, just obliterates Kenny S. It's a second frag onto the toilets, which is going to open up A nicely for the T's, but here comes the counter in the form of Apex. That Molotov is doing significant damage to them and keeping them in place as well. RPK through the smoke, going to be throwing in the grenade. That could land by this, I was going to say by the feet of PRB, but only did about 10 damage. Thought I'd do more than that. And Sentries has already got himself onto long. Behind the van, Apex did not see that coming. He falls down. Now Maniac is peeking up. He gets tagged but gets the kill. And PRB with the bomb in 50 seconds. It's all on him. Well, there's LPK. The thing I was going to say here, Helium, is we haven't really seen any set plays from LGB on either side. Like, no smokes,
not really.
No pop flashes. Pretty much standard, straightforward, at-your-face tactics, which is, it makes for entertaining viewing, but they're becoming extremely predictable. And again, it's stylistic clash. Titan are just going to sit there all day and wait for you to walk into them.
Yeah, and you're walking into, of course, Kenny S with his op, and Maniac, doesn't even need the scope. You just rip the scope off the gun, save some weight so we can move a bit faster with the Scar 20. But it's very hard to beat players like Kenny S with an op and just ops in general without a good use of smokes and flashes or Molotovs to get players to move. And they're just running and gunning here in this round, this last round, trying to do something fast with the Tech 9s out towards middle. But, I mean, they all get cut down in map 1. Overpass will go the way of Titan 16-11.
Well, a bit of a coast of a victory there on the CT side. much easier than I was expecting for Titan, and now they move on to Dust 2, which was LGB's choice of map. And again, if we look at the standings between the two teams, these two are 5th and 6th in the league. Top 3 qualify. LGB on 10 points, who have played an extra game than Titan, it must be mentioned, and Titan on 8 points, who've already lost twice and tied 4 times. That's a lot of maps that Titan have dropped.
Yeah, they've definitely not done very well. I mean, everybody knows it's no secret that Titan isn't, top shape anymore. And, well, whether it be Titan or just Kenny S that isn't top shape anymore, they generally need him to show up. And sometimes when he doesn't, they'll drop maps. And that's why they're in a position where they've won 2 series here, 2-0. They've lost 2 of them as well, 0-2, and they've tied on 4 of them. So they've split a lot. They've got 8 series played with 8 points, as they are still, though, in a potential to fight for that 3rd place. And it's nice that they got another map win there against LGB on Overpass, a map we know that LGB could be quite good on. Of course, Yakem didn't show up either, though, so LGB sort of in a roster transition and playing with a slightly different 5 than maybe they would have wanted to. Oh, well. We'll see what happens on the old classic. Dust 2 will be that 2nd map, so we hope you stick around here on mlg.tv/playcevo for that CEVO MLG Pro League. I'm Helium, with me Metuz. Hit us up on Twitter. Let us know what you think. At HeliumBrella, at Metuz TV. And we'll be back in just a second.